Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the Being Beautifully Honest podcast and channel. Thanks for being here, being subbed. If you're not, hit the button. And if you're listening on YouTube, hit the like. It's like walking in the room, hitting that light switch. Let's brighten up the place and get into the reel of reality TV. First, we got to talk about the clown situation of it all because Martell, he's got some nerve. But it's funny because in Neighborhood Talk, they reposted a post that Sheree, who, to be honest with you, isn't really looking like Sheree anymore. And I found it funny that there's a lot of people that commented about her face to say, like, who is this? She's just looking more and more like a mashup of Drew Sidora, the chick who was on there for like one season, LaToya Forever. She's a YouTuber, or was. I don't know if she still is. And she's ridiculous. But I really hope they do not bring her back to the Real Housewives of Atlanta. But maybe this is, if she is coming back as either a peach holder or a friend of, this is his way of trying to get back in the chateau that allegedly her mama's name is on the deed, but I don't know. So Sheree, she posted up herself, and the post says she gets her way. But he posted under there, Mrs. Holt, 3 fire emojis. I don't know who in their right mind, and like I said, I don't know who in their right mind would want to carry that last name again, or carry that last name at all. We already know that Melody, she was like, this nigga's for the streets, so I'm going to hand him back to the streets and let him go play in some traffic, all right? But he is ridiculous. I don't know if she responded to that, but from what I saw, I don't think she liked it or anything. But the Neighborhood Talk reposted it, and it's so funny because they posted it and they could have used any picture of him, right? But they used a picture of him where he definitely was holding one of his children. I can't tell which one because it's only the top of the head and you can't even see the forehead. All you can see is a little bit of the hair. So clearly it's a picture of him with one of his children on his lap and another one of his children behind him holding up the peace sign. So this deadbeat dad of 5 is underneath a woman's post who is, one, much older than he is, trying to shoot a shot. You know how ridiculous that looks, especially when we know that the relationship was not real. Everyone had their skepticism about it when it started going around the blogs and seeing the picture of him and her in the park with a dog and them taking selfies together and whatnot. Everybody felt like the relationship was fake, but we already know that at the last reunion for Love and Marriage Huntsville, people can say whatever they want to say about Melody and call her bitter and all this other stuff, but I don't believe she had any reason to lie about that. Like, what for? Who cares? But she said he put in documentation in court papers that was a business arrangement, okay? So nobody's buying it, and I don't even think she's buying it anymore. Already, she doesn't really buy much of anything, allegedly, because they say whatever she gets, she doesn't pay for it. So her posting, she gets her way. Yeah, it's like she gets her way. She gets a way without paying. But anyway, guys, you can let me know your thoughts about that in the comment section. And speaking of getting away, Simon is not going to let Porsha get away silently out of this marriage. Every other day, it seems like it's something else that's coming out, whether it's something court related or just something that he's posting up to throw shade at her. So it's being reported that Simon's nanny is blasting Porsha for bringing an armed gun man to the home while the kids were present. So Simon is calling out Porsha for bringing an armed gunman to their marital residence to get their things. Now, Simon is adding a witness statement from his nanny to double down on the claims that Porsha acted with hostility when bringing the man into the home. In documents obtained by Radar Online, the nanny, whose name has been redacted, recalls the events leading up to Porsha filing for divorce and after. The nanny claims she saw Porsha the day before she filed the papers because Porsha asked her to work late. When she arrived, Porsha gave her a birthday gift and left. The nanny claims she didn't come back after that for 3 whole days, leaving the nanny alone with no explanation. Where was Simon? That's what my question is. But anyway, the next day, the news broke about the divorce. She says Simon was blindsided by the whole ordeal. Where was Simon? She says, Simon is such a good man. I have never seen him be violent or angry at all. He is a very mild-mannered and just a nice guy. Then when Porsha finally returned, she arrived with armed gun men. The man was a big guy who was walking like a bad guy. I did not know that Porsha was coming with a guy. This came out of nowhere. I had never seen the guy before. The guy was inside the house sitting on the stairs with the gun showing. It was shocking to me. I was concerned. The employee wrote, the last time that Porsha came to the house, she did not leave. This was on Sunday, March 24th. She came with a guy to open the gate again. She came with her daughter, her mother, and her mother's boyfriend. She was bringing her stuff back to the house. The same guy opened the gate. Then they started searching the house, went downstairs, and disconnected the cameras around the house. The cameras are not working. This makes me uncomfortable because I am with kids by myself as their nanny when their father is away at work. Again, what does Simon do for a living? Again, I'm not on either of their sides at all, but this is a lot. Porsha is like by any means necessary saying, I'm not going, and I am telling you, this is my house and I live here. She wants her house and his mansion too. To be honest with you, I'm not on either one of their sides, but I do feel that this is a bit much. And I just feel that Porsha, she doesn't deserve the house. I really don't. I don't care if she was living in there, living her best life for the last, not even the 15 months. I believe they were living there before they got married. But her name is not on the house. He bought it. With what funds? Of course, I'm questioning that too. But it really ain't none of our business. But I do believe that she just needs to get up out of the house. Because if he sells the house, I don't even think that they have that much equity in it. It takes a while to build up equity, even in this economy. I don't know if the house that they bought, that he bought, if it was a great deal. And, you just have to consider all of those factors. And it does take a while to build equity in a house, even if the economy, the housing market there's like shortage of inventory and it's still a seller's market. They're not going to get that much out of it because how much did he already put into it? You know what I mean? So just being in it for a couple of years, you don't have that much equity in it. So I don't really know what she's expecting to get out of it because I'm quite sure he's going to be selling that house. And so if the court orders that she has to get a portion of it, it's not going to be that much money. And if she stays in it, he's not going to pay for it outright so she can keep it. The house is right now owned by the bank. Yes, it's a mortgage on it. He's not paying rent. But to be quite honest with you guys, everybody's paying rent until you get the deed to the house. Like, seriously, it's just you call one thing and you call one thing another. When you're renting, you're paying someone else's mortgage, but they don't own it outright either until the house is paid for. And then when you're paying a mortgage, you're just paying it directly to the bank. When you're paying rent, you're paying it to the other people. So you're paying it to the middleman, if you will. But I digress. What do you feel about all of this? Because this is just a big, hot, ghetto mess. And I'm not on either one of their sides, but I'm tired of hearing about Porsha. I'm tired of hearing about Simon. And more importantly, I'm tired of hearing about this house that she doesn't, in my personal opinion, have any rights to. I don't care if in the prenup it says that she can stay there for 2 years. Like, it's ridiculous. If you don't want to have anything else to do with him and you feel like he's such a fraud and whatever, then why would you want anything that he has claims to? You know what I mean? I just don't get it. But that's Porsha. She's superficial. So that doesn't surprise me. So anyway, guys, you can let me know your thoughts about this in the comments section. Thanks so much for being here, liking, and subscribing. I'm Beth, just being beautifully honest. So until next time, I wanted to keep it brief, beautiful, and now I'm going to say bye.